Welcome back to Shark Beer Adventures. I have another beer I'm going to try out today. It is called Timbo Pils. It is by Green Cheek Beer Company. Some of you may have heard of them. They are located in Southern California. They have multiple locations. So, this beer is a very interesting beer because it's not their recipe. Basically, it came from another brewery kind of thing. So, I have a little thing to read, so I'm going to go ahead and read it because it's just easier. So, waffling on, just read it that way. Timbo Pils, this beer, emerged in 2015. It was made by Highland Park Brewery, which they're located in Los Angeles, California. When the brewers accidentally created what would become the prototype of what they call the West Coast Pilsner. And you're going to say, what is a West Coast Pilsner? What they did was they were asked to bring a cask to a festival, but lacking time to brew something new, they'd wind up blending two beers that they had into one. And so basically two beers did they brew? They brewed blended together, I should say. It was a German Pilsner and a West Coast IPA. So it's kind of interesting. You blend a Pilsner and a West Coast IPA. The unexpected combination delivered a crisp Pilsner snap with a bright, expressive hop character, and the cask before the brewers even tasted it. So that basically turned out to be a happy accident. Inspired them to refine it and blend into a standalone beer, which I think they brewed it on their own, which is basically called Timbo Pils. So basically, it's Timbo is basically the two brewers' name kind of put together. Basically, this beer is built on a light Pilsner malt base and a heavily dry hopped with Mosaic and Citra. While basically it's recognized as the first West Coast Pilsner, basically it has sparked a new style category and it has since become a cult favorite. Celebrated annually during basically Highland Park Brewery, they have a Timbo week, so because it comes out once a year. Basically what they do is they brew it in collaboration with a bunch of other craft breweries. I know of 4 other ones that do it. I think North Park, Green Cheek. Okay, I can't think of the other 2. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and try it. So let's get this. It's 5.8% ABV, and assuming this came out not too long, a couple weeks ago, if that. So and I'll go ahead and use up my infamous because as you can see, it is very clear. Well, you got the glass. So you can see the writing through. Well, it looks part for a Pilsner kind of thing. And I'm gonna hold there because it's gonna trip. So now let's get a little history of what. So let's try it now. So obviously, the aroma is definitely going like, this is not Pilsner. This is a IPA. You definitely get the hop. You're definitely getting the hop characteristics. I'm going to say probably more of the Citra, because I'm getting more of the earthy, piney kind of. I'm not getting really any kind of citrus a little bit, but I'm going to get more piney in the nose. But anyways, cheers, guys. Oh yeah, definitely very dry and crisp, and you're still getting that bitterness So like I said, you're thinking you're drinking an IPA. So some people will probably say this is a more of a modern West Coast IPA than a West Coast Pilsner. But like I said, it's Pilsner beer, but hop like an IPA. We think then, why don't they call it an Indian Pale Lager kind of thing? So I think if you were to put this in competition, that's what the category they would probably really put you in. I don't think it's the West Coast Pilsner is a category in the BJCP, but anyways, let's put that up there. Also, too, so this is kind of the history or the story from Green Cheek. They said the Timbo Pills began in Highland, but Green Cheek became part of the Timbo story through the Highlands Park's annual Timbo Week, a celebration where Highland Park Brewery invites close brewery friends to brew their own version of the beer. So basically, they kind of, I think they get the basic ingredients and do whatever you want with it, kind of thing. Brew their own version of the beer. Highland Park shares the full Timbo recipe, the backstory, and the ethos where participating breweries letting each one reinterpret the West Coast Pilsner while staying true to its mosaic and Citra-driven identity. Yep, definitely. I'm not getting. Yeah, I'm getting more of the Citra. Green Cheek already was a huge fan of the Highland Park because they're good friends. Actually, this did win an award in at the Great American Beer Festival. So Highland Park literally handed them the recipe, Green Cheek the recipe. Green Cheek brewed a Timbo at all of their locations, dry hopping with their own handed selected lots of mosaic and Citra, because that's, you're never gonna get the same hop because where everybody else sources their hops from. Basically, their Green Cheek's release notes describe it as a West Coast Pilsner built for someone else's secret recipe on loan for a week. Brewed to celebrate Timbo Week and honor the beer that helped redefine the style. Cheers. So yeah, very interesting. Okay, it says 5.8%. I'm going. You wouldn't think it's quite 5.8, but as I said, I think the hop bitterness kind of hides it. I mean, it's not gonna be boozy or anything like that, but I think it just makes it a nice. It's crisp. That's why I think you want to have no problem drinking it. But yeah, if you. Like I said, I think most of the beers are here in California. I don't think there's any breweries outside of California that I'm aware of. But if somehow somebody gets a hold of a can for any Timbo, like I said, they're all going to be pretty close. I get your hands on it. But yeah, I think it's mighty awesome. Cause I like the guys with Green Cheek. So, but yep. Anyways, as I always say, drink it before you're attacked.